right, man. Welcome to the 290 Moe podcast. I appreciate your time for real today, man. So if you could introduce yourself for my viewers and listeners.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Treble the Singer. Treble the Singer. You can find me on IG at IAM_Treble Music, TREBLE. And I'm on Facebook at Treble the Singer. I follow back and I interact. So y'all know what's up.
That's what's up, man. And before we get into the interview, man, I just want to say, cause like no cap, no bullshit. It ain't got nothing to do with me being 15, 20 minutes late. Like, it's been a few times where I interview artists, and when I interview artists, they always like I ask them about other artists. You know what I'm saying? And no lie, I swear for God, your name has been up here. At least several times before you've actually physically been in here, man.
That's
so
dope.
I just wanted to say that, man. So you obviously making an impact, you know what I'm saying, on the people that you interacted with. So with that out the way, man, real quick, man, let's talk about the beginning, man. Where you from? Where you grew up, man?
Man, South Side of Chicago, born and raised, man. I'm an '80s baby. You know what I'm saying? So this thing has been taking me over, man. I went to CVS High School, and you know what I'm saying. So I'm a diehard South Sider.
Okay. And the South Side of Chicago and music is our key words nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So what was your experience growing up on South Side of Chicago?
Man, it's crazy. Music has always been in me. I've been playing drums for about 21 years now. Self-taught keys, singing my whole life. Dabbled in rap for a little bit because, you know, growing up, you don't never want to be no singer. You know what I'm saying? Rap was always where it's at. And I'm a hip hop head. I don't even listen to R&B when I'm in the car or in my personal time. The only time I'm listening to it is when I'm riding, you know what I'm saying, with my lady. But other than that, I ain't listening to R&B, man. I'm a hip hop head. So it was kind of one of them things where I felt like I needed to rap. And my family's like, nah, you a singer, just go ahead and sing. And it wasn't that I wasn't good at it. It was just like, nah, you got a gift and you ain't utilizing it because you want to do something else. And the effort that you put into what you want to do, when you can do this so effortlessly, why you struggling? And man, it was crazy because my mother, you know, I had a drug addicted mother, but she did the best she could. And in her addiction, that was our bonding. You know what I'm saying? She get high as hell. My bad. She get high, but it was one of them things where she'd be like, play the drums for me. Then I turn around, I end up singing for her. And it's kind of one of them things where we created that bond, and it was eventually help her to excel out of her addiction because she wanted to be around to see the benefits of this.
That's what's up. I wasn't expecting to hear that. So as you growing up, were you just talented at music? And you was just talented. You wasn't. Did you inspire to be like some type of a musician or entertainer, or did you inspire to be like a doctor, lawyer?
Initially, I didn't want to be an entertainer. Initially, I didn't know which direction I was gonna go. I couldn't say that I actually dreamed this because it wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? My day was hustling. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of, I ran with the punches. You know, life served me some cards, and I played the hand I was dealt. So the block had my attention, but the talent was always there. And then as I started to expose it, a lot of people was like, man, you got to get out of this. Like, we can't keep allowing this. You know what I'm saying? It's something greater for your life. And wow, we would be remiss if we just let you sit here and just throw everything you got away. And I still couldn't see the gift. And then ultimately, I'm like, all right, forget it. I'll go into operations. I always wanted to do like factory work. I was good with my hands, and man, graduated, did everything I could to stay out of the streets from there. And then my lady watched me climb a corporate ladder to a 6-figure paycheck. Ultimately to come back and be like, you know what? I just want to do music. I don't even want to do this no more. And she's like, what you mean you don't want to do it? Like, you the man over here, and there's not a black man in my family that have reached the levels I've reached in the corporate world. You know what I'm saying? Where all the money is legit and you can't take nothing I got. Multiple cars and all that, and everybody like, you living. I'm like, I ain't living. once I started back doing music, I started living. I didn't walk away from the job completely because, I'm an independent artist. You got to have funds to fund this lifestyle. But ultimately, I made it work for the best. So when I'm traveling and working, I can do shows in the cities that I'm traveling to. So it works out for me, and it gives me more exposure, and I don't miss no money. So, game.
Okay. That's an interesting story as well, man. You coming with them hitters off the bat, man. So
Yeah.
So, what role did music play in your life creatively? You know what I'm saying? While you was climbing the corporate ladder, you know what I'm saying, and making your name in that field. What role did music play at that time?
Well, music has always been my savior. Music for me is peace. Through a tormented childhood with a drug addicted mother, who was a single mom at the time. So it left me I got 6 siblings, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not the oldest, but you can't tell that, you know what I'm saying? Because even my older brother respects me a lot. And it's just the way I move. It's how I am mentally. So my mission became taking care of them. And it was nights where you ain't got no food, you know what I'm saying? So I would hum and sing my way to sleep, you know what I'm saying, on an empty stomach. But that bred a different person. And it goes back to the old days, you know what I'm saying, where Negro spirituals help slaves work in the field. It was the lighter part of your day. You don't like what you're doing, but you got to do it anyway. So let's find a better way to do what we don't like to do. And that's kind of my thing. Music has always been that sense of peace. And I always say that it helps me remain sane in a world that was meant to drive me otherwise.
For sure.
And then as I started to work and climb the ladder, I started to see the world differently. It gave me a different perspective from coming from hustling to trying to hide my money so people can't take it from me, to having so much money and knowing that they can't take it from me. The type of boss that it created in me was different. You know what I'm saying? Because now I move with an understanding that everything I got, I earned it. And there's no way nobody can take it. Right. But it was that music that just kept me humble. It kept me going. Even when I got tired, I can always revert back to music to give me that extra push.
Okay. So in what exact way though? Like, was you just listening to music in a car? Was you writing? Was you still creating music, or did you
writing for the most part, just to get it out of my head? But it's in that moment where you realize like you still got the gifts. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I mean, growing up, they always teach you if you don't use the gifts, God will take it from you. You know, and you never want to challenge the Most High, but with everything you got going on in life, it's often times where you like, man, forget all that. And in me, writing helped me to remain calm into a point, and it gave me assurance, like you still got it. You still got it. You know, I would record songs and not do nothing with them. You know, I'm sitting on about 3 or 4 MacBooks full of music that I never released. But it was just, I needed to get it out of me. It was how I expressed myself because I felt like the world didn't understand me at that time. So it's safer to talk to the microphone because it won't judge me. You know what I'm saying? It really ain't gonna talk back to me. But it'll take all the information I got and it'll never use it against me. So
okay. Up until that point as well, had you released any music?
So I started to write for artists in and out of Chicago, but never really released anything myself. It was more so helping other people. And as I started to climb the ladder, there were artists around me, younger guys, you know what I'm saying, that could have made their way to the streets, but I had built a studio in my crib and stuff like that. So I would use my free time to create mixtapes and EPs for them, just to make sure that they don't go the route that I went, because it's always something greater. It's just that when the city started taking all your extracurricular activities, what are you gonna do, right? And we can all complain that this is what's happening, or some of us can actually maneuver and do something. And I got to give a big shout out to you, because this platform, man, is everything. And how you come about. You know what I'm saying? Doing this on your own free time, on your dollar. You see what I'm saying? Like, it means a lot to not just me, but to every artist that you've ever had here, and then potential people, because we don't have platforms like this that want to take the real, raw, and the uncut and expose it, right? But you give an outlet to somebody who may not have nobody to talk to, who may not feel comfortable, because in the same setting, you don't want to be judged by somebody. Sure. But you just created this platform, man, that is comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You do your research first and foremost, and you ain't just got anybody up here. You see what I'm saying? The people you bring up here, they make an impact, and I think it's dope.
Man, I appreciate that, man, for real. Like I said, no cap, no bullshit, man. Like I work with a lot of artists daily, and I work with them I conversate with them, you know what I'm saying, and it's a lot of cap in the industry and shit like that, man. But for sure, like, real life, your name has been in here several times. You know,
definitely. I mean, I'm committed to making waves, man. Right now, I've only been out since October.
For real?
I've only been out since October.
So from climbing the corporate ladder to saying I'm doing music, it's only been since October. That's crazy.
Yep. And I've gotten on some of the biggest stages, and I've touched stages with a lot of dope artists that even been on this platform, and made a name for myself. You know what I'm saying? And I like to say that R&B was never dead, but I'm giving it to you in a different fashion. My music is more catered to the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? I want to bring back a feeling of love, and I think Tank on Drink Champs, he said it best, man. He said, you know, they not scared of our hate. They scared of our love. The more we love each other, the more they fear us. We hate each other all day, and they'll celebrate it, and they'll push it all day on mainstream. But the more we start to love on each other, the more they start to fear what we got going on, because then we start coming together and we start making things happen. And I think that's what's been the biggest thing for me in this industry is I like to say I'm a solid dude, right? And every hand that I touch, it ain't about the negative. It's always what positively can I bring to your life. So I'm saying, if it's a song, if it's just a word of advice, I critique every artist that comes on stage before me and after me. I like to try to stay for the whole show when we do shows. So I want to see what's going on. But I'll come to you and I'll offer, like, man, that was a dope set. Probably want to stand more to the left, because you don't play the whole stage. Like, I can tell you those things, and it's all out of love, because I want to see everybody be great, because it's a lot of room at the top. It ain't just no one spot. It's a lot of spots up there.
Okay, man, is I think this is gonna be a long interview, because now I'm getting more and more questions, because now I want to know, as you're getting ready to make your premiere back in October, even before then, when you was writing and creating, was it always, as a black man from the south side of Chicago, was it always R&B? And did you ever think, like, what a motherfucker gonna think, or what out the box? Or was it just this is my lane, this is where I'm going?
Yeah, nah, it wasn't always. Like I said, I had dabbled in hip hop for a minute, just because I felt like that was what was cool. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I had bars. It wasn't that I can't. My pen is crazy. I like to say I got one of the strongest pens in the Midwest right now. And it's crazy because I'll stand on it. I'll put all my music up against anybody. But when it came to spitting, it was like, you can do it, but you don't have the same passion as when you sing. You're choosing this lane, but you've been chosen for that lane. And it took a little bit, man. And one of my cousins, Drizzy, man, he's like, bro, let me rap. You just keep on singing. And I'm like, nah, man, we could both do this. He's like, nah, you just keep on singing, bro. Like, that's your lane. You need to stay there and jump back into it. And it was like, yeah, this is where I'm most comfortable, because it's free flowing. It really lets my spirit be free. When you writing raps, I was more complex. I had to sit down. I actually had to pay attention. When I'm singing, I don't write anything. I go in the booth and I just go crazy. I was
expecting it to be the other way.
Nah, I got to write them raps down. Like, I got to make sure that the bars hit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's more time consuming for me versus when I'm singing, I put on a beat and I'm just pressing record. I'm pressing record, and I could do line for line and just play the song out, and then I just do ad libs after that. But it's just free flowing for me.
Okay. Shout out to your man's Drizzy. Well, I'm going ahead and piggyback off his name, man. since you can rap and you're an R&B artist, do you consider yourself an R&B artist first of all?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'm strictly R&B.
Okay. Cause I talk to a lot of Chicago singers, you know what I'm saying. You know, Chicago got so much swag. You know, everybody got their own, you know what I'm saying, genre. Like one I'm ghetto gospel, the other one, you know what I'm saying, heart music, shit like that. So I had
strictly R&B, man.
Had to ask that. Okay. So, like I said, piggybacking off your homeboy Drizzy name, man, and with you being talented and having bars and being able to sing, do you ever say like I'm strictly an R&B artist, like I'm just incorporate both of them into music, or like I'm just leave it alone?
For me, I left it alone. I think that more so I had to channel into a different energy, and like I said, I was choosing a lane versus what was choosing me, and I accepted what was choosing me. I feel like R&B in the culture that we're in right now has swayed to what's popular. And all of it don't sound good, and all of it doesn't carry the message that I'm trying to portray myself. Like I said, I want to bring love back to our community, and that's a real big thing for me. So a lot of my records speak to that. I can give you love from a million different angles. I can talk about heartbreak, but I can also talk about recovery. And these are the songs that are going to take us to the next level, because mental health is real. And in the time that we live in now, there's nobody catering to that. It's a lot of telling you what you should do that'll impact you negatively, and nothing that really promotes positivity for your life. So for me, I just reverted back to, I think that we need to go back there. We need to visit that time again, and if I got to be the person to bring it to you, that's who I'm gonna be.
Okay. What I want to know is, man, you know what I'm saying, being successful in the corporate world, you know what I'm saying, is something that, especially like black men, you know what I'm saying, it's achievable. Anything's achievable. Yes, but definitely. From Southside Chicago, you know what I'm saying, the odds are stacked against us. It ain't, you made it, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And a lot of people ask, music is a gamble. You know what I'm saying. What made you, you know what I'm saying, decide to take that gamble when you had, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of people ask, achieved life. You know what I'm saying, to get a career that you can retire from and be comfortable.
It's the courage to bet on yourself. You know what I'm saying? In the corporate world, I'm making somebody else rich. You know what I'm saying? And while he's paying me to do so, I'll always have to remember that the more money you pay me, the more money I'm making you, ultimately. But outside of that, how do I get to where you are? You know what I'm saying? And for the business structure, this was your dream. I'm aiding in your dream. So my mindset had to shift to be of him aiding to me. I want the CEO to aid to my dream as well as I'm aiding to yours. So I would start taking that money and flipping it to to build a studio in my house, man, and to create a space for me to be free and express myself. And whole time it started to transition. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've only been doing this since October, and even that was a competition. You know, shout out to DJ Prophet and Nat Jilla. They invited me to what they call IndieCon. It was a competition, and odds were stacked against me because it's in Waukegan. I don't know nobody out here. Right, and I don't got no huge following. This just me.
Nobody know nobody in Waukegan.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like, we finna go out here, and I'm telling my ladies, like, you know, I really don't want to do this. You know, I don't compete. I'm confident in my music, but ain't no sense of competing. You know what I'm saying? People gonna pick who they like, and get out here. Long story short, we do the competition. I win the competition. And it was intimidating because one of the artists, man, he brought the whole city out. Like, they came in cars deep, and I'm like, man, oh my God, if this is going off crowd vote, it's over with. Whole time I could respect a person who says, yeah, you make good music, and even though I came with you, you got to realize that he was cold. He did it better. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's what did it. And I walked off that stage and just looked at my lady, man, and she was like, yeah, you got to do this. You got to do this because you're a different man. Like when you grab that microphone, and I had my kids out there, so it was one of them things. It was like they ain't never seen this person. They see you make music all the time, but they don't see you do nothing with it.
Yeah, you can't let them down. You gotta show off.
You gotta show off. And then it was like, man, they ain't never seen that. My son, and it's my only son. I got 2 daughters, but my only son.
For sure.
He looking at it like, yeah, that's my dad right there. Like, oh yeah, this I can't let this one go. Can't let this one go.
Okay. What I want to know, man, is it sounds like you had a pretty successful life, man. You know what I'm saying, and that's a beautiful thing. And what I want to know is what you doing R&B. You know what I'm saying. When I think of R&B, and I listen to heavy hip hop, you know what I'm saying. But when I do listen to R&B, a lot of times it's connected to how I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying. Like I might not, like I don't want to listen to no rap, man. I'm my feelings. I want to hear something different. You know what I'm saying. So, how do you connect with those different emotions? Like where do you pull from when you gotta make a heartbreak song or a love song? You know what I'm saying. Where do you pull from?
Generally, people around me. What's popular on the internet. You know, prime example, I might have took a phone call this morning and one of my homies like, man, I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? It's just driving me crazy. I'm pulling in 2 different directions, and I could take that energy that he gave me, and I'm like, I'm going to tell you what to do, but I'm going to put it into a song form, and I'll just let you ride to it. You know what I'm saying? And then it's not like telling his business or nothing like that, because I don't use names or stuff like that. But I also offer it right back to you. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, you remember that thing we was talking about yesterday, man? I made a track about it, man. I just want you to listen to it. And there's been countless times where people came back like, bro, that's exactly what I needed to hear. Like, how you do that? And it's like, man, I understand where you are. I ain't had the most perfect life. However, my life consisted of overcoming obstacles. So I don't believe there ain't nothing we can overcome. We just got to stay consistent with what we're doing, believe in ourselves. And if I got to be the person to give you that belief, here you go right here.
Okay, man. I love the motivation, man. I love what you talking, man, because for real, like I see a lot of myself in you. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
Just as far as like you built a studio for somebody else. Like I literally started off, you know what I'm saying? Because I had a couple homies that's talented. I'm like, yo, if y'all do this for real, we can get rich. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I see so many similarities. So like I think of more and more questions than I already had for you so when you walked in. So, what I also want to know is, with you being you mentioned having your lady around you, you know what I'm saying? She sounds very supportive, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, like with being an R&B singer, you know what I'm saying, I'm thinking like emotions, you know what I'm saying? So how is your how is it your woman take it, you know what I'm saying, you being an R&B singer, you know what I'm saying, and your overall support system?
She's supportive. For me, I actually got 2. So I have a wife and a girlfriend, so they both support me heavily. It's one of those things where my wife is crazy. I mean, we got 17 years in the game right now. 17 years, 3 kids, and we still moving strong. And when I'm on that stage, I walk into the room and be like, baby, who I'm singing to? Who I'm singing to? And she could case the room like, I want you to sing to her. And if I'm not close enough, she on the sideline like, get closer. Like, feel it, like encouraging it. But she knows that it's an entertainment game, you know what I'm saying? And if you don't capture the crowd, your fan base is going to always stay stagnant. So she is always looking and encouraging me to move. She hates when I sing to her. When I pull her on stage or I walk off that stage and now all the attention's on her, she hate it. But she will always encourage me to case the room, and she tell me like, you gonna go get her. You gonna get her, and if her panties ain't wet by the time you done singing, you messed up. So, I mean, the support base is huge right now.
All right, man. Like, it's crazy how I just said I think this man, we got so many similarities, man. So I'd be remiss if I was to go past this, man. So if you don't mind me asking, man, is the wife and the girlfriend, is it a preference thing? Is it a religious thing?
It's a preference thing. I think that a lot of the wealthiest families in Africa practice polygyny, right? It's one of the things that they took from us so that they can manage our households. right? And they can say what we can and can't have, you know. And I don't believe in that. I don't believe the government should be able to tell me, you know, how I should function. It was more of a preference thing. It's more me sitting down and being honest with myself and being honest with the ladies that I have, and just tell them like, yo, I mean, it's so many out here. The ratio for women to men right now is 15-1. You know, I just want 2 of y'all. I got 15, but I just need 2 because there's a master plan in all of this, and we all got great jobs and stuff like that. But you'll see the success of our household depends on that, and the success of our kids and their future. Creating generational wealth has always been the mission. A lot of people be like, yeah, no, I couldn't do it. But again, you have to think about what happens. Like, you know, elections just passed, and voting is cool, but how does it affect you? You see what I'm saying? For me, voting doesn't affect me at all. Because I live a lifestyle that is based on what we can do, not what somebody else can do for us. You know, if I want to go out here and I'm gonna make a 150K this year, and then my wife is gonna bring 100K, and then my girlfriend's gonna bring 90K, it's like, what can they tell us? You see what I'm saying? Like, everybody drive the cars we want to drive. The bank accounts are nice and hefty, like we need them. But more so, we've started launching businesses so the kids can maintain. Because it ain't about us, it's about our children and our children's children. We're gonna have fun right now, but all of this is gonna go away. When it goes away, what do you have? Are we leaving our kids with a whole bunch of debt, or are we setting them up in the best position? And a 2-parent household right now just doesn't make it. I mean, the average 2-parent household right now only generates about 80 to 90K. For what?
Man, hey, ain't no arguments here, man. You know, that's a real wise man we got sitting in front of us, man. That's what's up, man. I ain't gonna stay too much longer on that, but I also would like to know, man. And a couple points you made too, and it is just like you said, it's just to be honest with yourself and the people that you're talking to. And a lot of people are in these type of relationships and don't even know it. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Don't accept it. You know what I'm saying? You steady arguing with the same woman for the last 10 years. You know where he at. You know what he doing. Y'all all together, man.
Yeah,
you know
yeah. And I think it's one of the most things is, you know, it's dealing with the generation that we live in. You know, I go to work every day. I very rarely miss work. I got to be dog sick, and you might as well hospitalize me, because if I ain't in the hospital, I'm finna go to work. It don't matter to me. However, in that same instance, if that's the energy that I bring home, how is it okay for a woman to say, I don't feel like cooking, I don't feel like cleaning? You know what I'm saying? I got a job to do. My job is to provide for this household, and I do that. I take majority of the bills. My ladies don't cover the bills like that. Like, nah, it ain't. I take the majority of the bills, but I need you to have money for the stuff that you want, for the stuff that the kids want. You know what I'm saying? Not that I can't do it. However, this is a team effort, and if I'm gonna go out into the world and I'm gonna battle the world every day, the least I can do is come home to a castle, you know what I'm saying? And it's well maintained. I don't worry about the small stuff. Like, granted, I'm going to be at basketball games, I'm going to parent-teacher conferences, stuff like that. Yeah, I'm an involved parent. However, dropping the kids off at school every day, not my thing. You see what I'm saying? It's never been my thing. I am not the more accessible parent, so the school won't call me if one of my kids needs something. They always revert back to my ladies, you see what I'm saying? And they handle the home front while I'm out here, and it allows me to hustle all day. I do music on top of 2 full-time jobs, and it allows me to hustle all day long. I may leave the house 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm coming back 11:30 at night. And if I got a show, I'm coming back about 3 in the morning. You know what I'm saying?
Going to work?
And I'm still going to work.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and catch a cat nap, and I'm gonna go to work.
No PTO, no. You just getting up, going to work.
I'm going to work, and I'm grateful I got an office job. You know what I'm saying? So if I need a break,
okay, cool.
You know what I'm saying, I can sit back mentally and readjust. But in the same time, that's always been me. And if I signed up for this, I can't. One thing can't fall, and it's what I tell my ladies all the time. I mean, you want to work, you don't need to work. My wife didn't work for the first 10 years of our relationship, and like I said, we've been together for 17. Shit, I don't need to work. I got us for sure, and I'll put my body on the line for it. just so that we can be successful. But then her going to work, she understood that that was a choice. She still maintains the home front, but this is a choice. I want to go out here into the workforce, and that's cool. You know, I'm going to support every one of your dreams. You know what I'm saying? But this still has to be maintained at the end of the day, and I don't require a lot. A hot meal, you know what I'm saying, good loving, and peace. You know, she can give me that, we're good. You know what I'm saying? And then my girlfriend just fell right in line. It was one of those things where, like I said, it's just being honest with myself. It's so many women out here, so many women, and I am in the top 1% of men. You know, I make over 6 figures. Like, I'm positive. I don't drink. I don't smoke. Like, if I'm out late, it's because I got a show. I don't do a lot of hanging out no more. I did all that in my earlier years, so it doesn't excite me no more. You know what I'm saying? So you got a guy that's going to come home every night, who's going to go to work every day. You know what I'm saying? I don't bring a whole lot of problems, and I make good money. That's the top 1% of men right now. And you going to tell me that I'm going to be just with you, and then you have the privilege and authority to tell me what you is and ain't going to do? It ain't going to happen.
Hey, you ain't gotta convince me, man.
It ain't gonna happen. But if I can make a commitment to you and say, look, you know, I'm gonna bring her in, and she's gonna be a part of our team, and together we're all going to function in this household. But I can promise you 3 things. One, that you'll never feel lonely, because in each other they are best friends. So they'll always have that connection, even when I'm out of the house. Because a lot of times that's why women cheat. You working too much. I feel lonely. I'm by myself. I don't got nobody to talk to, so I'm giving you a friend. So I'm saying I'm giving you somebody that when you tired and you don't feel like cooking, they can pick up the slack. You know what I'm saying? Where it doesn't fall negatively on you, because this is what we're supposed to be doing, is helping each other out. I'm still not going to be in the house. However, things that need to happen can happen. When my wife gets sick a lot faster than I do. And it's because she deals with the kids. So when you down, you still have women are nurturers by life, right? I don't have that nurturer spirit. So I'm saying, so you need that in the household. And my kids get double. They always got somebody who is on them, worried about them and taking care of them at the same time. So it's one of them things where it was just like honesty was the best policy. Like, yo, this is what we're gonna do. And if we do it right, we'll all be wealthy, we'll all be happy, and everybody will have the attention they need when they need it.
All right, man. I got one more question, man. When we're gonna get back to the music, man. So, and you don't even have to answer it, but you did mention your children, man. So, are your children aware of the situation, or is it just?
Well, no. We like to keep them in the kids' place. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they see. And I can't say that they don't know, because kids are smart and they won't let you know what they know.
I always say if my 7-year-old self was to meet my 7-year-old daughter now, she'd probably think I was retarded or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because these kids are a lot smarter, and they don't let off to what they know. However, the operation of the house, you know what I'm saying, you would assume that they know everything that's going on, but they don't. I mean, a lot of times, like, if we go to bed after all the kids have went to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Because the house is still in operation. We shut the house down, and then when we wake up before the kids. So the house is operating even before they wake up. So we're waking them up, so they don't get to see a whole lot. But we do go out as one unit. You know what I'm saying? We move as a unit. So like my girlfriend, she has her own child. But to my children, this is my sister. You know what I'm saying? They don't even question how. It's like, this is my sister. And it's not my kid, but it's my kid. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me anything else. I've taken that responsibility. But there's a lot of single mothers out here who consciously would be like, nah, I would never do that. But unconsciously, you will.
And
you will.
Subconsciously already doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because the man you meet may be already, and you know what I'm saying, it's credit to the game. A lot of people just don't say it. For me, like I said, I don't have time. My life is too valuable to me to bring any type of dysfunction. So this is what we have. You know what I'm saying? This is the opportunity I've been presented with, and I got a duty to my wife to be faithful and to be honest with her. You know what I'm saying? But I also have a duty to make sure that she has the best life possible. And when I have a economy that's working against me, what do you do?
Man, we gonna get to the music, man. I might be hitting you up like, man, we might have to have you come back and just talk about that, man, because that's something that I feel like the black community needs to hear. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something that was instilled through me through, you know what I'm saying, finding my belief in my culture. You know what I'm saying? So,
yes, sir.
like I said, we can have a whole nother conversation. Be on the lookout for that, y'all, man. But continuing on to the music, man. With you just recently coming in October, man, I want to know about your creative process. Like, how is you making this? I didn't hear that. You know what I'm saying? How do you make your music?
So it's kind of one of them things where I'm looking at what's around me. I often say I'm in a lot of rooms that I don't even need to be in. My music doesn't fit, but I go in those rooms to figure out what's happening, because like I don't listen to a lot of radio. A lot of what I do listen to, like I said, it's got to be old hip hop. That's my structure. That's my saving grace. You know what I'm saying? I like my Eminem, my Outkast. You know what I'm saying? Like I can never let it go. I mean, I listen to Master P make him say on the way over here.
Classic.
I knew I was coming to West Side. Like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I stick to that. But when I'm going into these rooms and I'm seeing what's missing. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all did all that huffing and roughing and toughing, and there's all these ladies in here. You know what I'm saying? And nobody thought about the ladies that was in the room. And to that point is when we keep doing that, but then we complain about the masculine energy that they carry. We ain't giving them nothing else. You see what I'm saying? So that's where the need for me came in. Y'all need me to serenade this room. Y'all need me to give you a different perspective and show you that, number one, R&B will never die, but it's going to keep reinventing itself.
For sure. It has to. You know, it's baby making music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And we ain't gonna be making no babies to the stuff that sturdy music. Like, for real. Like, if you in here trying to bump the sturdy, like, she ain't gonna like it no more. It ain't gonna feel good. It ain't gonna feel good at all. I mean, you can't catch that rhythm, and it doesn't create the vibe that you really need. And a lot of these kids are being created in dysfunction. It's because the whole vibe has been dysfunctional from jump. Now I'm gonna give you something that's really going to settle a mood and help you express yourself and create an environment for love and let love be. Right. And then once you do that, everything else, I flood the spot. And I talk to a lot of promoters, and when they reach out to me, it's like, nah, like, look at your roster and you'll know if Treble fits in your roster. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about making no money off me, because I'm going to turn it down. I never want to be the person to throw the room. If you're trying to create a certain vibe, I'm telling you, I'm not here for that. Now, I can make music. And shout out to the big three, man. Sinatra, Easy O'Hare, and Bees, man. They got a concert May 8th. And I'm one of the official opening acts. And a lot of people like, man, I know you finna come and, man, make that whole room fall in love. But y'all finna see a whole new Treble. It's a whole nother side, because I can make sturdy music with swift vocal, right? I just never saw the need to do it. However, I'm not gonna get on that stage and throw the room. This the big three concert. This is huge. This is the first time in history all three of them will be on the same stage. You know they coming to rock the house. And Treble ain't finna throw the room. I'm finna make sure that y'all set up the right way, and the energy in that boy gonna be so crazy.
Okay. So, man, October. How do you go from the corporate world to rocking on stage? How you make that transition? Talk to me about that.
Man, it's kind of just tapping into who you were meant to be versus who you trying to be. You know what I'm saying? The corporate world, that's me trying to make it every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm good at this. I'm good at numbers. I'm good at dealing with clients. Like, I'm good at making money. I mean, if you could sell crack, you could sell anything. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like, this I'm good at. Y'all want me to? Well, I mean, we making deals with China and Afghanistan. Like, I got a lot of stuff. My company does a lot of stuff overseas. Like, and you got this young black man in the forefront, what I'm saying? And I pride myself on that. I walk into a room with a bunch of different faces and none of mine's, right? And they looking like, who is this guy? And this guy's the guy who finna give y'all the whole game, right? And I'm gonna give you a plan, and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna make so much money. And they like, man, this came from this dude. We've been in this industry 20, 30 years, and this is the new blood. And I'm like, yeah, I'm here. I'm here. And then, like I said, it was a shock for my wife, because it's like, yo, I really don't want to do this. I know it's serving us. I know it's got us comfortable, but I want to sing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that the industry is missing me. You got a lot of people coming out, but they can't do what I'm doing right now. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the passion for it.
Talk to me about your first time on stage.
Like from October or from
October.
From October. So that was the whole IndieCon joint. Like I said, that joint was crazy.
Did any preparation going into it, or
nah? It was just I picked my set knowing that it was a competition. I created songs. The 3 songs that I did were created like 2 weeks before the competition. I had no practice. And you could show, like, everybody was like, man, you were dope, man, you like killed the stage, but you could tell I was tired. I was tired, like fatigue set in. I'm like, I'm up here trying to sing and jump around and was no way prepared for this. However, it was one of those things where you can't deny good talent. When it's raw and it's real, you can't cover it up. And that's why those people voted for me, and ultimately I end up winning that competition. But it also gave me a perspective, and like I said, it set in with my family, like, yo, you gotta do this. Like, we ain't seen that dude. Even when I'm recording, and they know that I'm recording to not release stuff, I'm just recording to get stuff out of my head. But to be on that stage, they're like, man, that was a different dude right there. Like, that dude was different. And it transitioned, man. It pushed me, like, the trajectory from that to opening up for the R&B Factory, right? Where I linked up with DJ Gidim, who is now my acting manager, and he's also a DJ that's real heavy in the 219 right now. Like, he is making waves, and we teamed up together. It was like, yo, like, we could take this whole thing over. And to date, man, it's just been going crazy. I'm on the stage maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Last weekend I had a doubleheader, 2 shows Saturday night, 1 show Sunday night. Like, it was
went to work Monday night
and went to work Monday morning with no issue. With no issue, I'm here. Like, it's just one of those things. And when I got to work, it was probably like 10 o'clock. Gidim was calling me like, bro, like, kill that, man. We got this on the line. We got to shoot this video next week. Like, and it's go time. Let's tell me what we need to do, and we gonna go. So I'm saying, so our trajectory has been crazy, even together right now. And man, I fear nothing. I'll be in Vegas. He had a whole doo-wop where I'm supposed to link with Pleasure P. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's finna go crazy. Like, the time is now.
Okay. But you know what I'm saying, you doing all these shows and stuff. What I want to know, it's like a discussion that's been going on online, like, quietly within the underground artists in Chicago, you know what I'm saying, and with the paying for slots and people, you know what I'm saying, headlining shows, and people consider them legends, may consider themselves legends, you know what I'm saying, who out the box. What's how do you navigate, you know what I'm saying, them type of situations?
Shout out, man, I got a bunch of people to shout out, but shout out to my team, man. I've hooked up with a conglomerate of artists, and we just basically, we see that, right? You hear about it, it's all online. But myself, Trosh, Day Hustle, Cash Go Crazy, Nino, Sincere Rapper, no, we met up at a Chipotle. It's like, yo, pay ourselves. We can throw our own show. You don't need the promoters. The promoters are great, and I would never knock what they do because I understand the business side of it. However, it ain't enough to complain about. Either I'm going to pay you for the slot, or I'm not going to pay you for the slot. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't necessarily have to see value in me. The question is, with the artists who do complain, do you see the value in yourself? You see what I'm saying? And when you recognize the value in yourself, then you should not be afraid to fund your event, right? You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna put no amount of money behind you that you ain't willing to put behind yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you don't believe in yourself, you can't talk about other people not believing in you. At that point, they're taking a gamble on you, right? But if your belief is so heavy and this problem exists, why are we bringing problems without solutions? So my solution is, hey, we'll throw our own show. And we were very successful. We had a packed room. There was a live band. Sincere brought a live band out. Like everybody, and it's not a show that's stacked with 23 artists on one roster. Nah, it was just 7 of us. We all had a 30-minute slot. And if you can entertain and rock a crowd for 30 minutes, you got it. And I was just more so happy to see that every artist that hit that stage maintained the crowd's attention. We sold our own tickets. Every artist paid themselves. So I'm saying, we just got together. You know what you need. You need a DJ. You need a venue. How much is that going to cost us? Okay, we split that between 7 people. All right. Now we're going to go and we're going to get 1,000 tickets each. And however many tickets you sell, you keep all that money. You just paid yourself right there for people to come out and see a good show. You know what I'm saying? And when they left, they were excited. I mean, and it was raining bad March 31st. Like, it was thunderstorms, and we still had a full room. And you don't hear a lot about it because they don't want you to hear about that. They don't want you to hear that 7 black young entrepreneurs, independent artists came together.
That's what I'm saying.
Figured out what they needed and made it happen. You see what I'm saying? And we got another one that we're planning for June. You know what I'm saying? And it's not gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? I pick and choose the stages I want to touch. And I'm doing it for practice, because when I throw my shows, I want to give you the best that I have to offer. And you can't do that. I'm not going to give you a rusty show. So that was kind of one of them things, man. I know what's going on, but like you said, you got to understand both sides. You know what I'm saying? And the promoters, most give you an option. Like, hey, you going to pay for the slot or bring 10 people. Now, my problem come in when you want me to pay for the slot and bring 20 paying customers. Like, hold on now. Hold up. You know what I'm saying? But if it's either or, then that's cool. You see what I'm saying? I got no problem, because I understand that you doing this because you want to make money. You know what I'm saying? And that's the game.
For sure. Yeah, that's definitely the game. And like you said, there's definitely some good promoters, but janky promoters.
Yeah, janky promoters is out
definitely
here.
A real term. You know what I'm saying?
And they winning. They winning because they'll catch independent artists who are struggling, and they glamorize this and they make it like, oh, I'm doing this for you. You know what I'm saying? But again, you don't see the value in yourself at that point.
Yep.
Once you start to recognize the value in yourself, the price is going to go up. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we threw a successful show. You think my price was the same as when I stepped on the stage in October? No. Because I know that I can rock a room. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not afraid to put the money behind my talent. You know what I'm saying? And if nobody showed up, I don't care how many people in the room, honestly. But if nobody showed up, then I go back to the drawing board, but we keep on going. Promoters had to start somewhere. You see what I'm saying? And at the end of this, who deemed you the best promoter in the city? You know what I'm saying? And who said that I can't do the same thing you doing and be an artist?
Definitely.
I know some promoters who are bar owners, so you ain't even paying nothing for the venue, but you still want to make that money. You see what I'm saying? Like, you acting like you need to pay for the venue, but you don't, because you own it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And then I know some promoters who are DJs. I know some promoters who are hosts. I'm hosting this show.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, you also trying to promote, like, and you playing both sides. You know what I'm saying? And then there's artists who are getting in on that. You know what I'm saying? I know certain artists that are getting in on the promoter side. I'm getting cool with a bunch of artists that I know that will pay me to come perform, so I'll hook up with the promoter, and I'm gonna get my little promoter badge by getting these artists that I know won't go to him. They'll just come to me, and I get it. Like I said, it's part of the game, man. You just got to know which part of the game you in, and be able. And you want to make a shift, don't complain about it. You know what I'm saying? Have enough belief in yourself. I mean, how are millionaires made? Right? I mean, ain't nothing given. You have to shift. You have to have a shift in life. I mean, when I was only making 5 figures, you know what I'm saying, or 4 figures, at each level there was a shift. I didn't come into the work industry making 6 figures a year, right? But at each level I had to shift. There were certain people that I could not take with me from my last little standpoint to this one. There's certain people that can't sit at the table with me right now. I mean, even my siblings. I mean, I got 2 siblings I don't talk to at all.
That's tough.
You know what I'm saying? But they don't understand that I got a lot to lose if I keep on dealing on the level you at. You see what I'm saying? I got a lot to lose. So until you mentally can take my hand and come run with me, I got to leave you where you at. You know what I'm saying? And I had a sister like that, man. I had to let her go to the streets. And when she came back, she understood, like, yo, bro, I get it, but I needed that experience. Mm-hmm. Now that I got that, can you show me how to boom, boom, boom? And she one of the coldest hustlers I know. One of the coldest hustlers I know.
It's tough, man. That's tough, man. And still talking about the shows and promoting real quick, man, in this social media era we in, man, how do you promote yourself as an artist nowadays, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't necessarily, everything can pretty much be done, you know what I'm saying, by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you
and for the most part it is, like, I'm completely independent. Outside of DJ Get 'em, and like I said, he just came on as my acting manager and stuff like that, and this is me deciding that I just want to run with him. I feel like together we got something special. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a necessary need, because he's always telling me, like, nah, continue, just do it, bro. You killing just doing it by yourself. And I'm like, nah, man, life is better with a team. No matter where you are, if you have a solid team, you'll always win. Like, we're trying to guarantee the win. It's not even, music ain't even a gamble no more. Long as I got the right key people around me, we gon' win. We gon' win, because it's no other choice. Like I said, with the 7 people that I surrounded myself by. They Hustle was West Side, Cash Go Crazy North Side, Trosh got, the South Side right now. Sincere the Rapper got Indiana. There is not a place where we can't go and rock out, and we got a rep everywhere. We got shows down here at Baseline. We got shows on the west side. Like it's folks moving around to keep us relevant. You see what I'm saying? But that's the team. Now, we're all independent artists. Nobody got to come up here and say my name. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to come up here and say nobody else's name. However, when you find value in a person, it's so easy to say their name, because you want them to win just as much as you want yourself to win. And I think that's one of the biggest things in life, is that the black community itself has become crabs in a barrel. For sure. And we've adapted that mindset because it's ultimately what they were giving us, right? But the people who ultimately make it in life is because I want for you what I want for myself. And as long as it stays genuine, you'll start to see wins, and you'll want for somebody else what I wanted for you. And it's contagious. It keeps growing. There's not a person in this industry right now that could tell you they ran into trouble and he has something negative to say. For what? I've been to shows that didn't start on time, and because of that, I can't perform. Now, I've dedicated and taken time out of my life, and I don't get to do what I came to do. And I still won't say nothing negative about it. I mean, I understand. Stuff's going to happen, right? However, when you come to me and be like, man, bro, I know it's messed up. Look, all y'all got to do is do an ABC whop the bam, because I'm not going to bring you a problem without a solution. I want to see you win, but in order to do that, your structure has to change. Like, I can offer you that and it be in love, and nobody has ever taken anything negative from me. I go on a lot of different shows, you know what I'm saying? My Radio Chicago, real heavy. They pump Treble heavy. Right. And I've been on several different shows on that platform, and the message is always the same. I love what y'all doing because nobody gives us this avenue. GCI ain't trying to break no independent artists right now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Shondale on Power 92, because he's the one who's opening that door for FM radio. But like I said, I got DJ Get 'em. DJ Get 'em breaks all of my records. I'm in his mixes, so I've been on FM radio for a little bit now.
Okay. All right, man. We got a few more minutes, man. I still got a hell of more questions, man. So I'm gonna try to sprinkle in what I can, man. So real quick, man. As you look over the R&B landscape, what's your overall opinions on it?
I think that the wave that's about to come, nobody is prepared for it. We have, especially in Chicago, we have R&B sold up. Atlanta can have everything they want in hip hop, but when you want real R&B, it's about to start. It's about to start back up in Chicago. It's coming, and it's coming crazy. With artists like myself, who I'm more sensual, but my message is always love. It's always respect. It's always positive growth. You got GS the brand, Chris Cornelius with sensual, sexual. You know what I'm saying? Doug O'Lake is hitting crazy right now. Like, you got a bunch of artists that work in different realms within R&B. And everything, it's starting to smack, man. It is starting to smack, and we're just creating this wave. We actually had a Nothing But Vocals concert last Sunday. It's Nothing But Vocals R&B, and it was the first time that myself, GS the brand, and Chris Cornelius blessed the same stage, right? But the energy in that room, like, I'm like, this is Nothing But Vocals, right? And we are like taking off. Like, we took that room and we made it. And there were other artists from St. Louis. You had Treble, who was out of Indiana, and it's like it's a bunch of artists in this room. But for me, that was my first time just blessing the stage with Chris Cornelius and GS the brand, who their names have been out here. They've been making waves. You know what I'm saying? And it's me exposing who Treble is and showing y'all, like, I'm glad y'all got that sold up. Because I'm in this lane over here, and I'm telling y'all, it's space, but it's limited. Because the way I'm coming is crazy, man. I'm about to make a wave through here. But even just stepping outside, you got to get out of your backyard. And these guys are doing that. Back and forth to Atlanta, Cali, like, they doing that. And now you starting to see Treble rise. You starting to hear my name a whole lot more, and it's being put. I mean, they got the Ambitious Awards out right now. You know what I'm saying? And everybody's voting. And I just found out today that I'm on 2 categories. Like,
oh yeah, that's what's up.
Like, I'm just like, all right, cool. It is what it is, because I'm not doing it for the accolades. You know what I'm saying? My overall purpose is that when you hear me, you're overtaken by love.
Okay. Definitely a dope message, man. And can't nothing good come from you.
Yes,
come
sir.
to you when that's the message you putting out. Firm believer, you bring what you
Yes,
put
sir.
out in the universe will come back to you, man.
All the time.
So a couple more questions before we get up out of here, man. With you doing R&B, man, and I asked you about your overall thoughts on the R&B landscape, because some people have thoughts about like some people say R&B is dead. You know what I'm saying? Some people say R&B is strictly sexual music. You know what I'm saying? Some people say R&B is for women. You know what I'm saying? With everybody having all their own opinions on R&B, how do you stay focused? You know what I'm saying, when you putting out a project, or do you consider what the
Nah, that is my motivation, actually. Like, my tagline is R&B can't die just because I won't let it. And I'm just one person. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that as long as I stay consistent, that it won't die. It can't die.
Right.
We joke about it, but yeah, they took R. Kelly, but there ain't no way you could take me. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way. Y'all could take R. Kelly, because y'all know what he was doing for the R&B, you know what I'm saying, game. But you can't take me. And I'm bred by R. Kelly. You see what I'm saying? I was raised on that, probably made to it. So it's kind of one of them things where, this industry is what you allow. You know what I'm saying? And if you allow the negativity to take, because they'll tell you all day it is dead, why you doing it? Because I'm that one. You know what I'm saying? I'm that one that's gonna show you that it ain't dead, man. It's well here, and the message that are carried across. Granted, you got to give people what they want to hear. And in this time, a lot of people want to hear the sensual. They want to hear the sexual. But for me, I understand that as men, we don't have that outlet. Like, I can cry on a song, but I can't cry in life. You see what I'm saying? So if I can create that song, and you ain't got to cry. You'll shed a tear if it's deep like that. You'll shed a tear, but you'll know, like, yeah, this dude really hitting on that. Like, he really lived that, and it's something you going through at this time, and it's just gonna be this song that's gonna get you through. Now something else gonna hit you from left field, and I can make a song about that. But it's one of them things where we ain't gotta cry in natural form, but your spirit will be crying out.
Real quick, man, we mentioned R. Kelly real quick. Who's the king of R&B other than yourself?
Right now, the king of R&B. That's tough, man. Are we talking India industry?
The king overall. Mount Rushmore, the first head.
Outside of me, I gotta say, I gotta give it to. That's tough, man. Ain't nobody ever asked me that. You cold with it.
That's
You
tough.
cold with it. Ain't nobody ever asked me because I love. I mean, I got so many artists that I love. I would love to put up there. And if I had to choose one right now, for me, it's gonna be Sammy.
Oh yeah,
Well underrated.
Definitely
well
underrated.
underrated. Sammy don't get enough credit. But if you listen to his coming of age album, like Sammy from a kid to now, I mean Lloyd did the same thing, but Sammy is well underrated. And if I had to deem a king outside of myself, I would put Sammy there because his messages right now, I mean, they crazy. They crazy, and I think a lot of people just can't adapt to it because they ain't trying to tap in. They ain't trying to hear what he's saying because it's that grown man stuff. It's the acknowledgement. It's the accountability, and not a lot of people want to accept accountability in this time.
that's dope, man. That's dope, and that's crazy. He's still going strong. Cause I'm 31, and I remember being a shorty listening to Sammy. Like it was cool to listen to Sammy. You know what I'm saying? As a young dude, you know what I'm saying?
Took the game over, man. Went independent. You know what I'm saying? Counted his losses because he wanted to go back to school and he wanted to be regular for a minute, which everybody, you know what I'm saying? You deserve that. And when he came back, you can tell in his music now that he experienced life. You see what I'm saying? And not to say nobody else has, but it's not about hits. And I think that we could argue this in different genres. You know what I'm saying? I will put Kendrick over Drake, right? Drake has more hits, but Kendrick has more accountability. He has more knowledge. He ain't worried about making hits. He's worried about feeding your soul and maneuvering you through his music to a new level. So it's kind of one of them things like I can make a hit, you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't feed you. It doesn't stimulate or move you or change your trajectory or encourage you to be better. So I think that when you talk about accountability in this game, the music will shift. And that's what's going to be the thing that stands the most. It's not going to be how many albums or songs you put out. It's the product that you put out is what's going to speak. I mean,
Sure.
Kendrick has a Peloton Award, right?
I don't
Nobody
know what the fuck
ever.
that is.
So, you know what I'm saying? Everybody talk about the BET Awards and how many Drake. You have as many BET Awards as you want. A Peloton is basically not an award that you could win, but it's an award that's given.
Like Nobel Peace type.
So it's when like there was a university that really just dissected Kendrick's whole album and taught it in a class. You know what I'm saying? And we're breaking down Kendrick's lyrics and we're attempting to help you use these lyrics to make you more successful in life. You win a Peloton Award not by trying, but by the substance that you put out into this world.
Okay. All right, man. Real quick, man. Got a few minutes left. Out of everything that's a part of the music industry, man, from the working with other artists to the shows to the actual recording the product, what's your favorite part out of the whole process?
My favorite part is recording.
Oh yeah.
My favorite part is recording simply because I don't write, but also it's just the release for me. It's the gathering of information. Like I said, I could have a conversation that's going to be like, you know what, I want to go and write a song about this. And generally, I can be in the booth scrolling through Facebook and seeing like the same problems that connect them. And so said this and so that, and just I'm doing line by line and just feeding myself, and it creates something so crazy. I think it's one of the most creative processes, and I think that's why I like it.
Okay. All right, man. And with a lot of situations, it's always a yin and yang to everything. For most parts, I done had artists come here and be like, nah, you know what I'm saying? So if it is anything, if it's anything you could take away from the industry, what would it be and why?
Um, the it would be the complaints. I think that, like I said, I don't like the dysfunction. I'm not gonna say I don't like it. It's dysfunction is everywhere, but I think that the more we work on correcting ourselves and correcting the situations that we put ourselves in, the more easy this will be. It's so easy to complain, and that's why we all do it, because it's easy. And for some people, it's like, oh, that's my outlet. I'm just gonna complain about it. But complaining doesn't always bring you the most positive results. And if life is about growth, how is complaining helping you get there? You know what I'm saying? So more so, the Black Panther movement, you know what I'm saying? The Black Peace Stones, which I come from 6 generations of, like, you know what I'm saying? We have always been about action until now, right? So I think that life needs to move back into that. If the wheel wasn't broken, why try to fix it? You see what I'm saying? So the more we start to be more about action versus more about complaining and acceptance, then the more healthier lifestyle you'll live, because it ain't about what you could do to me, more so what I could do to you. You see what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of people don't give themselves credit for that. My mind is as strong as I allow it to be, not as strong as you say that I am. You know what I'm saying? Because they tell you you're smart, it's cool. But when you constantly show you smart, you believe it more. And I think that we just need to transition back into action.
Okay. All right, man. Last question before you get up out of here, man. You kind of tiptoed around it. I mean, throughout the interview, man, because you real intelligent dude. But for real quick, man, what's the purpose of all this? What do you do it for?
Because you gotta leave a footprint, right? So this is going to be incorporated in my footprint. A young Black man from Chicago, Illinois, who was dealt the worst hand a person could have ever been dealt. And when I talk about a drug addicted mother, I was like heavy. My mother, I'm 35. My mother done drugs for 27 years. You know what I'm saying? So I never had that mother figure until it was too late. You know what I'm saying? My godmom came in and she actually took custody and all of that, but that was too late. I was too heavy into the streets. So I had the nights with no food. You know what I'm saying? The whole wondering how I'm going to take care of my siblings and stuff like that, even though these are not my kids. I did not bring them here, but I don't deserve this life and neither do they. To transition myself to working so hard that now I am the guy in my family. Like, my big brother ain't the one they run to. They run to me because everybody knows. And I was able to hold everything together despite the dysfunction that we were being raised in, to recognizing that I had talent. And ultimately, the ending of this story is going to be he used that talent. Probably when it was too late, because I could have started way earlier, but he used that talent and the footprint that he left. There's somebody else that's going to be experiencing the same thing, and all they need is hope. All they need is a little bit of motivation to say, man, that dude did it. You know what I'm saying? Because once we see things are possible, we believe. I mean, Barack Obama became president, and now you have more Black kids saying that they want to be president, because for a long time that was something that we didn't believe we could do. But it's just a hope. And I want to leave a footprint of hope that whoever is going out there in the situation that I was going through, that it's not the end. And if you give up, it could be the end, but don't give up.
Okay, man, that's dope, man. I love when I have an interview I wasn't expecting, man. I thought we was gonna be music, this song. All right, man, in a minute, man. That's dope, man. We was up in here talking, man, for over an hour, man. I appreciate you coming through, man. So before you get up out of here, man, let the people know what you got coming up, where they can find the music, where they can find you on social media, where they could work with you, where they could team up with you, all that good stuff, man.
So you can find me on IG. I am _Treble, Treble. I am _Treble music. I'm on Facebook at Treble the Singer, TREBLETHA Singer. Like, I follow back, I interact. I need y'all to tap in with me. I am everywhere. My music is streaming everywhere you get your music from. I don't care where it is. You can find me. I got 18 singles out right now. just so y'all can, you know what I'm saying, get a feel for what's to come, because your boy is working on an album that's about to hit. And it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna be your favorite singer and your favorite cousin. You know what I'm saying? When y'all get tapped in with me. Man, just get at me. I'm everywhere. Right now, we got the Big 3 concert. This is the biggest thing in history right now, because Beats, Easy O'Hare, and Sinatra's will all be on the same stage. And I am the official opener for this concert. It's going to be at the Promontory May 8th. Get your tickets on Eventbrite right now. You do not want to miss this. It's powered by DJ K Caesar and hosted by Shondell, the mayor of Power 92. So y'all know it's about to go crazy. Like, it's really going up. I got several other shows that are coming up, and that's all on my social media. So tap in with me, because it's about to go crazy.
All right, man. Like I said, appreciate you coming through, man. We might have you back real soon, man, on some other stuff, man.
Anytime.
Because we'll talk about it. But yeah, man. So enjoy the rest of your night, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, in a minute.